So, um, so you in college now. You graduate.
Yes, I graduated in 05.
What was your master? I mean, sorry, what was your major?
Major degree in accounting.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So that means we going to the bank. So you graduate college, big celebration. You get out of college. Now, what was your first job?
My first job was a bank, but I didn't work at a bank as a teller. So I worked in the back office.
So you was counting the money and stuff like that?
No, it was all like wires and stuff. We didn't deal with actual money. It was all just like wires. We dealt with wires. We dealt with corporations and stuff like that. Like no actual, like individual people.
Cash. Yeah. What's the most amount of money you've seen in the bank?
Like I said, we dealt with wires. So we're sending like billion-dollar wires.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're dealing with like companies,
digital
corporations.
money, like digital money,
yes.
Corporations. You just see a number on the screen. Investors
and trading. So you got the people in New York that's going to close the deal. So after they close the deal, then we kind of manage it. So you kind of sell. So I worked for the bank, and this bank pretty much closed the deal with the loans, and then they'd take their piece and sell it off to different investors. Mm-hmm. So if they close on a $1.2 billion loan, they're going to sell that off to probably 500 investors and kind of make their money off like that.
Let's get to your life of crime. So let's get to that. That's what people want to know. We got to give them your backstory. And let's get to this. So,
because they up there talking about she graduated, she working good, she ain't did nothing.
Yeah, like that's what everyone thought. Like not Carin, because I was, like I said, I made it out. I went to college. I was educated, and then it's like, how did I end up in federal prison?
So let's get to that. So you're working in the bank, and so when did this life of crime start for you? How did you get introduced to this?
Like I said, it was always around me. But my thing is, I made it out, but I didn't know how to separate. I didn't know how to separate everyone from back home and me moving forward with my life. I never wanted no one to think that I was better than them, and I just because I went to college and I graduated, I couldn't come back home and still be on the block. So I didn't know how to separate the two. So when I went off to college, I moved to Delaware. I was working in Delaware, and I was still going home every weekend. I was still partying every day, then going to work. And then I met a guy at Transit, matter of fact, out here, $2 Tuesdays at Transit.
Club Transit, okay, yeah.
Yes.
He used to be dancing and stuff in the club. Go ahead.
Yeah, I met a guy, and then we connected, and then I was pretty much just venting to him about my job, like, how this job is just so crazy and stressful, and you can probably send money to West Bubba and nobody know. I'm just talking.
You just threw it out there.
I'm just throwing it out there, but I'm just betting. I'm just talking.
Antenna was like, what?
Yeah. So the whole time he was plotting. The whole time he was plotting. So he asked me to wire him some money. And I said, no, I'm not wiring you no money. Like, no, I like my job. And then it went from that to one day I got my review back. And it wasn't that great. And then I kind of got upset. And then I was like to him, well, send me your wire instructions. And I sent like $10,000.
And they didn't even notice it?
No. Because it was recycled money. So it was money that was out there on the cash rack that needed to be reconciled, but nobody reconciled. So then I was able to kind of just send it right back out. But no one was looking for it. Like I said, I didn't deal with personal accounts. We dealt with corporations. So no one's really, so no one's looking for the money. And it's not coming out of anyone's personal account, so they're not looking for the money.
And if they do look for it, is when they get to their accountant and so forth, that could be like a year down the line where they would probably actually recognize it with their accounting firm or whoever it is doing their books.
The audit. Audit. But like I said, it was like money just out there that just needed to be reconciled. Somebody needed to kind of match the debit with the credit. The money that went out, the money that came in, someone needed to reconcile it. But because it wasn't reconciled, it was just sitting out there. So I was able to take it and just resend it back out.
Wow.
Just that easy. When he called you later on that day and was like, yeah, that joint, I got it. Was it a cut for you?
Yeah, we just split it down the middle.
Yeah, I'd have gave his ass, goddamn, you take this $2 and I'm going to go ahead and take this 8-ball Jamal. He'd have been cool with that.
So, no, we split it down in the middle, 50-50.
You was fair in your crime spree.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
in the beginning.
So that first 10 go wham. So now you're like, hold up.
Was you scared a little bit? Like nervous?
I was definitely scared.
Like days ago, like you coming into work, like damn, is they?
Yes, I was petrified because it wasn't me. Like I'm just big on loyalty, and I know my coworkers trust me. And then it was just like, oh man, I felt like I just threw everything away that I worked so hard for, and I was like, it's only a matter of time that
you get caught.
Yeah.
How do you come into work the next day after sending? You walk in the building the next day. Just describe that, because sometimes you get away with something, then the next day you walk in, you looking around. How were you feeling about the next day of work after sending that first?
I can't remember, but I showed up. I went to work. I just act like everything was okay. I guess in my mind, I felt like they weren't going to catch it because I was able to go on the back end and clean it up. And so at the time, if you created the wire, you sent the money out and then you reconciled. So there really was no one in the middle that could catch it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was like, okay.
Do you think I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think there was anybody else in the job that was doing the same thing you were doing?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. So you wired you wired 10,000, and then what was the next wire you sent?
I sent another 10.
But how long was it?
I probably waited about 2 weeks later.
You wanted to wait, see if anything. Nothing come up in 2 weeks.
Nothing came up in 2 weeks.
Nope. Is he asking you like, yo?
Yeah. He was like, so let's do it again. So I was like, okay, that went through, send another 10. So I sent another 10. And then when I sent the other 10, the teller, when he went to the bank to get the money out, they kind of do a red flag. She was like, yeah, no, you never got this kind of money. And you're trying to tell me you got 2 wires back to back, $20,000. Like, yeah, no. So she put the red flag on the account.
Oh, wow.
And kicked the money back. Well, I didn't know what she was doing, what was going to happen. So that's when I got nervous and scared.
Okay. So the 20 never, the second 10 never made it to him?
No. It made it to the account, but the lady kind of did a red flag, like, where's this coming from? Okay. She kind of was like, yeah, no.
So would you just start chilling after that? Like, who?
Yeah, so after that happened, that's when I got nervous and anxiety, and I was just like stressed out. I was like, oh man, like I'm about to go to jail. Like I was really scared then. Yeah, you would think I would stop. But so then we came up with a plan that we had to find somebody who had a business account.
All right, so you wasn't going to send it to him no more?
No, we couldn't send it to personal accounts. So we was like, okay, we're going to send it to business accounts.
Who came up with this idea, you or him?
I said something like, we need a business account. And he was like, oh, I know somebody who has a business account. So it's pretty much like that.
Let me ask you, Kurt, I want to cut in real fast. I want you to be completely unadulterated honest. Do you think without him, you would have ever been doing that? Do you think he was coercing you?
Oh, absolutely. I never would have done that. Like, it never even crossed my mind, like, to wire money. Like, it would never cross my mind. I really enjoyed my job. It was my first job out of college. You know, at that time,
you was happy
I'm
about
fresh
that,
out. I'm making 40-something thousand a year, no kids, no nothing. Like, I'm good. Like, I never once thought about it. And I even said to my roommate, I was like, telling her about it. I was like, yeah, but that's crazy. I can't believe he asked me. Like, it never crossed my mind.
But it stayed. Once he planted that seed, it grew.
It grew. And then just immature. I was just very immature. And then once I got a bad review because of something I did, and now I want to say, oh, I'm going to retaliate and go send money. Like, I'm getting them back because I got a bad review. Oh, I'm going to send the money and wire money.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Dang.
Yeah.
So y'all come up with a plan.
So we come up with a plan. And the plan was to get
business account.
A business account. So he had his friend who got a business account. We never met though.
Hold up. How long was it after they red flagged the second 10,000 you tried to send?
2 months, I would say.
So you was chilling. Oh, you went back into hibernation mode.
So it was about 2 months.
That's a nice
that was like
lift.
around Christmas time, December, and then about February is when.
That's when you tried to do the business account job.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to be more than 10,000 this time around.
Oh yeah. So now we got business accounts. So when we come up with this plan, we never met. So the thing was, I never supposed to meet the guy with the business account, and he wasn't never supposed to beat me. We were supposed to just have the person in the middle,
which is the dude.
Which is the dude that like that I was dealing with at the time. So he was the middleman, and that's when things started getting crazy.
Like what? Explain.
So money started going out. So we're sending like 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. Like we're sending out big money.
You sending out 300,000 and it's going?
Yeah, I'm sending out 100,000, and then I'm sending out like 200,000 at one time.
How far apart?
So I'm sending it out. So the way it was set up is like, so investors pay interest on a loan, maybe principal interest every like month or so. So I was sending it out maybe like at quarter end, because usually that's when like a lot of money went out, like at the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
So
You
we're
wasn't
probably,
scared this not to cut with that one when you was putting 100,000 that might have made my heart start beating a little bit like, whoo, 200,000 right there,
no,
Ray
let me
Trey.
tell you when I got scared. I got scared when I sent $2 million. I sent $2 million, and that's when I was like, yeah, I'm
Did it
in
go
over
through?
my head. Yeah.
The money landed?
How much did you get off
So if he taught some whole
No, so okay,
This
so
is-
go
yeah, we
back.
gotta get
So
into this.
all right, let's go back. So we send out 1, 2, 3. We're sending out the money. So it's supposed to do a 3-way split.
How often? Because how often and how far apart would you spend? You see, so
Oh
one,
man, this only went from February to June.
Okay.
By June, I'm lying. This only went for like it was quick. It really only lasts like 3 months. Yeah, so from like to June, I was done by June.
Okay.
By June, I was done. So it was supposed to be a 3-way split, but then I'm not getting my money.
Wow.
So I'm getting pennies on a dollar. So
hold, I'm not. So it'd be a time like, all right, the money land, and they got a time to give you your cut, and you wouldn't receive it. I wouldn't send a motherfucking thing after that no
I wasn't
more.
getting my money. I was getting like pennies on a dollar. So when I say pennies on a dollar, if I'm sending off $100,000, we're giving him a little more because he's going to have to pay interest, like he's going to have to pay tax on his account. So we knew he was going to get more of it when the split came.
The lion's share.
Right. So if I'm sending like 100,000, say we're getting 30, he might give me 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he couldn't, and he'll tell me like, oh, he couldn't pull the rest of the money out. You got to wait till next week to get the other 10.
Okay, well, what's up next week?
Yeah. But by then, more money hit. So now
We done
I'm
forgot
still
about
back.
that one,
Yeah.
yeah.
So now I got to keep getting money. So now it's becoming personal because like you're thinking because me and you are dealing with each other, like you can play with my money. But no, don't play with my money. Like, no.
Give me my money.
Yeah,
Give me my
so
money.
he thought that he can still like kind of play with me, like, okay, she's getting money, I'm gonna give her what I give her, and then I'm still dealing with her, so she ain't gonna say nothing. Oh no, yes I am. So at that point, I'm at work one day and I'm calling and he's not picking up the phone. So I was like, okay, anything could be happening, like, and you're not picking up. And he was like, oh, I was at the casino gambling, I couldn't pick up my phone. But I don't know. At that time, I just like, it's too many games. I kind of X'd him out. So this is where it got like tricky because I knew where the guy worked, where his business was, and I just went over there and I popped up.
And you wanted you cut the middleman fuck out. Like, listen, we 50-50 from here on out.
And I walked in there and I was like,
how you introduce yourself? Like, you got to give us this whole
I know.
story.
I couldn't believe, like, I did it. I don't know where the confidence came from, but I was like by myself. It was like Germantown,
Did you know
somewhere
what he
in Philly.
looked like?
I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't know anything. I just knew where the shop was, where the business was. So I wrote up in the business and I was like, is X, Y, and Z? I asked if he was in there. And then I seen the one guy. The one guy looked at him. So I was like, oh, I knew who he was. Now I knew who he was because someone looked in that direction. But no one, they kept saying he's not here. I said, okay. And I just left. But then when I got outside, he ran behind me. He was like, who are you? And I was like, I'm the person on the other side. And he was like, we never were supposed to meet. I was like, yeah, I know.
Dang.
And he was like, take a ride with me.
It's a black guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he took a ride. We took a ride. And he was like, I gave him money. But when I tell you that man made everything right, he met me. He gave me everything that was owed to me. And he made
I just bet he
it right.
did.
Yeah, he made it right.
I just bet the hell he did,
Yeah.
man. I'd have made it right double time.
That's what he said. He's like, what? He was supposed to be doing all this. Took me to the mall, got me a Louis bag. He did me good. Like, he made sure I was straight.
Did y'all start dealing with each other like that?
No.
Okay.
And he never crossed the line. Me and him never crossed the line. It was always business. But I didn't know him. I still didn't trust him. I didn't know him.
But my question is not start dealing with him as a relationship with Torfitas, but did you start dealing with him as, man, we don't do business, he out of it.
Yes. And
So
that's
you
when we
think-
came up with the plan where I sent the $2 million. And that was just between me
Did
and him.
that land?
Yeah, it landed in his account. Yes, it landed.
You keep talking about some hold on, nigga. You keep talking about hold on.
Yeah.
Ain't no hold on, nigga. They still doing that down there. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But God,
No, they
damn.
probably implemented so many different things now. No.
So the guy who got cut out, how did he feel about that?
Well, at that time he was cocky. So he just felt like whatever. He didn't think that he didn't know that I went over there, that I met him, that we continue to do business. He didn't know.
Oh, he ain't know nothing.
So what did you tell him?
He's just thinking he did.
Nothing. We're done. Like, we don't even communicate no more.
So he ain't wanted. He ain't actually send him no more money or nothing.
Nope, it was done. Like,
And the
I'm done.
the other guy never told him nothing either.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Wow.
So we X'd it out. I sent the last wire.
How much he gave you over there?
So we did a split. Well, we was doing a split. So $1 million. But I ended up getting, like I said, I just didn't trust him. He ended up giving me 800. So out of that, I got 800,000. But what happened was he gave me.
This episode was hurting my stomach.
Is it Commerce Bank at the time that was open? I think it was Commerce Bank. He gave me a debit card with $300,000 on it. And at the time, you can have like $100,000 max per account that they insure. So he gave me a card he gave me 2 debit cards. One had $200,000 and one had $100,000.
Wow.
And then every, I think 2 weeks, he was sending me like $2,000. But I was just overwhelmed. I really I was just overwhelmed. It was just so much. Like, that money just bought so much stuff.
So what you was doing was just giving it out?
Yeah.
The friends and family members?
Yeah.
Did it lead to other things? Because, like, I like to say money, but my brother always said, and he right about that. Money brings out who you really are. Like, I like, during my spare time, I got my faults. I might take me a little sip of drink, and he hates it. And I ain't talking about alcohol. And he be like, man, how you gonna handle that? Because you drinking on this level right now, and you really ain't got no money. Imagine if you get a big check. And I might be, and he right. Like, did it cause you to do things that you wouldn't usually do without the money?
No, I just stayed humble.
As far as drugs or going out?
Oh, gambling. Oh, man. I took my gambling to another level. It turned me out gambling-wise. Everything. I was a real bad gambler. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Atlantic City. Like, I'm stuck. Because I was a gambler. Like, I wasn't a big shopper. Of course I went shopping and did those things. But, I was just young and dumb. Like, I wish I had the mentality, like, or people around me in my circle.
How old was you at the time?
I was like 23, 22, 23.
A baby
I was young.
This.
Yeah.
And what year was this?
This was 2007.
Wow.
2007. So I wish I had people around me that say, hey, let's invest this. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Can I ask you a question? Why you ain't just...
She's 22, 23 years old for you.
No, or did you ever think about, because I can't say why because it's over, but did you ever think about just pulling up all the money out of the account?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I end up like, I think I bought a house, I just, giving money away to everyone. And then he said to me, give me names, because he wanted to move the money, because the money's set in account. But once again, I don't trust him. I don't know if this is accurate, but he's like, give me names so I can get this money out the account for you. And I just was like, whatever. I kind of like gave up on it after a while. I had the $300,000 spending that. He's giving me money every like couple weeks on the money. And I was like, just kept pushing it to the side, because by that time now I'm caught up I'm back home, and I'm caught up now in the drug game. So.
What you mean caught up in the drug game?
So at that time, I moved to Philly. When all this was going on, I was living in Philly. And then my mom was like, you need to come home, because nobody knew what was going on in my family. They thought I had like a lawsuit that I won, that I had opened in Lancaster with the police in my town. So nobody knew what was going on. Like, nobody knew. They just thought, oh, she got money, she got the lawsuit. Nobody knew that I took the money from the bank. Nobody knew. Not even my closest friends. Like, nobody knew. So, secrets make you sick. So I'm just like kind of just going through just life, just burying myself in unhealthy relationships, just kind of just trying to not.
You them niggas, wasn't you? You was hitting their hand. Don't you sit here and lie.
Not really, because like
she liked the hustlers. You said
so not really. Like the one guy who I was dealing with at the time was like my first love growing up. We was young, so I ended up reconnecting with him, and then
he got his hand hit.
Yeah,
you ain't got to worry about that.
But then I had to go because he wasn't doing nothing. He was like stuck in depression, blowing the money. He wasn't doing anything. So I got it out that situation, because at the end of the day, like, we're supposed to be progressing.
Thriving, exactly.
Like so, and he was just. Yeah, so
the money turned him to a monster.
Yeah, and he was getting high, and I called him get high one time. I was like, oh yeah, I'm out of here.
High off for what?
Coke. He did coke, so I walked in. Yeah, and so it kind of like.
Was it crack or coke?
No, it's not crack. It was coke.
Okay.
But that just turned me off, because we want what our parents went through. So it's like after I seen that, I was like, I'm out, because I couldn't. It was just going to bring us down, So I just had to go. So I gave him like I gave him $10,000 and I left. I just left the relationship. But I didn't want to leave him messed up because at that time we living on the Presidential right behind Fridays. It's a little expensive at the time. Yeah,
you goddamn right.
Right. So I made sure I paid the rent up and then gave him like 10 stacks and then I left. And then my mom was like, you need to come back home because it was just taking a toll on me. So I moved back home and to Lancaster and bought a house and stuff. And then I started dealing with get caught up in like back home.
Okay.
In worse situations.
I just want to rewind a little bit. So you said, all right, you said 100,000. What made you send $2 million? What was it that in your mind that said, I'm gonna send $2 million?
So I seen it out there on the cash rec, and I seen it was sitting out there for years. So this $2 million was sitting there. Nobody never touched it. Nobody reconciled it. It was just sitting there. And we were just having conversation, and he was just like, we were just having conversation, and I was just like, well, what could you hold? What do you think your account can hold? And he was like, whatever. And I was like, because I see this $2 million just sitting out there.
He probably was $2 million. He probably was like, what?
I know. I couldn't believe it. Like when I did it, I was like, oh my God, like it's over for me. Like I am just like I have a good heart, and I just really. It's such a contradiction because it's like I'm like I know I'm about to go down, but I'm already in it. So F it, like type of situation. But I just knew that I was going to get caught.
Did you quit after that or no?
I did. Yeah, I quit. So I ended up dealing with these guys out of Atlanta, and so I had sent them some money out in Atlanta, but they never get caught up or nothing like that. So we just did one transaction with them.
How much?
With them, I think I sent about like 300,000 to them.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think they gave me 50.
Yeah.
I think I ended up just getting 50 off of that. I was like, just give me 50, whatever. Because I was like the type of person that I just wanted everybody to win.
Yeah.
So I just was like, just give me 50. At that time, I wasn't tripping. So I just was like, okay, I send that. I'm a homeboy out there. I was like, thought that was going to help him get on his feet.
Yeah.
And just whatever.
Dang.
And then, then I just was done. I left the job and I was done. But here, I guess money still was going out after I left. But I didn't know anything about it. But I guess I didn't go back and like change the wire instructions. So when the money, like when they sent out the money after I left, the money went to their accounts. But I didn't know anything about that.
So he still was getting hits.
Atlanta people, they still was getting money even after I left.
Wow. How much did they get?
I think it was the wire was like for another 300-something thousand. But they never told me about it, and I didn't know until the indictment came, and then I seen it. I was like, oh, I wasn't there no more. And I ended up resigning, leaving the job, and then it was a year later that they contacted
Let's
me.
get back to, I just want to talk about the money. So when the $2 million hit his account, and you quit the same day you sent it? Or
No. I stayed, gave my notice. and
2-week notice?
And I stayed the entire time.
And now he got the $2 million. You know that you bought it. Now, did he already give you your cut while you were still working there, or you still was waiting to get your cut?
No. He gave it right away. He went and gave it to me. He was asking me like, how did I want it? And at the time, I told him, give me a debit card because I got robbed.
What you mean?
Yeah. So I came home one day and my house was ransacked, and I got robbed for $50,000 cold cash.
That was somebody who knew you. You found out who did it?
I didn't find out, but I have a great idea who it was.
Some women
and
or
the person
niggas?
who did it, huh?
Some women or some niggas?
Some dude like close, like family.
No, that's how it is.
Family. It was family
like that.
because I put like 20,000 in this person's hand, and then they came back and got me for the 30. So that's why I say 50 because I know the person got me. Mind you, I gave them 20,000. So it was nothing for you to get the other 30, but you came and staged it and ransacked. And I know it was the person because at the time I had the money in a shoebox, and that's only them knew that the money was in there because they seen it. And then he made a comment like, damn, niggas hustle all year for this, and you got this sitting right here in the shoebox like nothing.
Yeah, that right there
50,000
should
cold
let
cash.
you know he was on his way.
Yeah. So he came back and he got me. He got me.
You was at work when he got in there?
And he was calling me. He was talking to me on the phone the whole
Making
time
sure
I was
you
at
at
work.
work.
And making sure my roommates weren't there because I had 2 roommates. And that's another reason why I know it was him because my roommate at the time, she didn't move in, and that room the door was closed, and they never even touched that room because at the time he didn't know that no one even lived in there.
Wow.
But someone had moved in there from the last time he was there.
Right.
So that room was never touched, and only the 2 rooms was touched. And I always felt like, I just felt it. So then it just was like, I was just like, this is too much for me. So once I got robbed, I was like, I didn't want cash.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, man. If y'all like what y'all hear, hit that like button. So you got now you send the $2 million. You quit your job. How much cash did you have at one time? Like that was just all right. I got access to this amount of cash at one time.
At the time, I only probably got them bring it up to the 50. And then I got robbed because that guy was constantly meeting me, giving me money. So I was just stacking it.
Okay.
And this was like in the beginning. So then when I got robbed for the 50, I was like, I ain't want no more cash. And that's when he gave me the debit cards for $300,000.
Wow. And did you ever get a chance to spend that money or no?
Oh, yeah.
You spent all of it?
Yeah. And then I would go to the ATM every day and take $500 out because I didn't trust him. I didn't know.
Yeah,
so I would always like take money out. And then he would go take money out for me too. Give me $10,000 here, $20,000, like whatever I needed.
Okay.
He would go but I had to keep track of like how much is in there still, whatever, because I just didn't know.
What was you buying?
Just anything.
What did you have? Like, what's the most expensive thing that you bought?
Most expensive thing I bought.
Like you had every bag probably. What was the most expensive thing you bought?
I don't know. I didn't buy no Rolex or nothing.
Really?
I didn't buy that. No, I did not.
AP and then,
I didn't buy no jewelry. No, nothing like crazy. I'm
all
telling
the shoes,
you.
You just buying shoes.
I just bought shoes. We went to
How many trips you take?
Yeah, we did travel a lot.
Yeah, where did you
Definitely traveled. I didn't go out the country though.
Really?
I just traveled locally, Vegas and Miami and all that type of stuff. So I would take my whole family though, travel.
Take everybody, huh?
Yeah. We had like a shopping, me and my one friend shopping, like we went to New York and went shopping, Bergdorf and Goodman and all that.
Oh yeah, I know about this.
Yeah, we just spent like 20-some years old, just stupid. Just buying the dumbest stuff ever. Bags, shoes, just typical stuff.
What's the most you ever gave to someone, like a friend or that they didn't know it was coming, and you just hit their hand, and they like, "Oh, are you serious?" Like, because I know it probably been one of them times for you.
At the time, I think I probably gave my friends like $2,000, but then I gave my family like $10,000, like $10,000 here, $10,000 here,
Who mom and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably gave my mom like $50,000 in one time.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was doing stuff like that. Like I was just a giver. Like I was just like I'm like a giver. I'm naturally just a giver, and anybody was around me, like you were good.
Wow.
Yeah, but like I said, at the time, no one still knew what was going on. Nobody in my circle knew what was going on.
So what was you doing for this year though that you quit? Like this whole year, you got another job somewhere else?
No. And that's when I went back home and I started running around with known drug dealers. And I got caught up with all of that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she said she's a giver, but you more like a taker, right?
No, I'm not a taker. I'm a giver.
Duty.
A giver. But yeah, so damn man, so you had that motherfucking $300,000 when you went back home.
No, I had the $300,000 on the cars, but I still had access to all the other money. So at the time, he gave me $800,000 in the bank. When he did a $1 million split, when he did the split,
yeah,
he gave me, I had $800,000. So 300 is what I had on the cars access to. But then he was still giving me money. Like every couple of weeks, he was giving me money.
Just hitting your hand. Dang.
Yeah, so I had access to the whole 800, which was my cut outside of all the money we was already dealing with at the time. So, but I just didn't move it. So when everything hit the fan and they came in, only money that got touched was mine. That was what's in the account down to the penny. He was like, come to find out, he was solid. He did not take anything from me.
And this is young guy or old guy?
He was older. We call him old head. He was old head.
How old was he?
At the time, he probably was we was in our 20s. He probably had 20 years on us, so he probably was in his late 40s.
Yeah, because that was a young guy. He probably wouldn't even never seen none of that cash.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he knew how to be. He knew how to keep it covered.
Yeah, it wasn't his first rodeo, so he knew.
What kind of business did he have? You can say that if you can.
I can say the business.
Yeah.
Okay, he had a pizza shop.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had a pizza restaurant.
So, at what point you on this high? You got all this money coming in, and you still got.
I'm still humble, like so nobody know. My lifestyle didn't really change too much. I'm still driving probably a regular car.
What kind of car you had?
I probably had a Honda. Yeah.
Okay.
Honda.
Hondas run forever.
Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't trying to put too much on me. I did buy a house though and stuff like that. But yeah, I stayed humble.
Wow. So you get all this money. At what point or when did you know that the feds was on you or the police was on you?
So at the time I had ended up getting into a relationship, and then we took a trip to Texas.
With a drug boy.
Yeah. So we take a trip to Texas. I wasn't supposed to drive back. My friend, she got paid to drive back. But I just felt like I was just stressed out because at the time they had called me and say, "Hey, we got word that we wanted you to come in." My old job called me and said, "Hey, we want to know if you can come in and kind of reconcile this transaction." Mm-hmm. That's what they just called me in at that time. They weren't